Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tarnished Bronze, where the only agenda is uncovering some of the unloved and unheralded comics from the past and the present, for that matter. We are coming live and unscripted, and sadly, there's no Patrick today, but nonetheless, we will be looking at a pretty good comic, this time from 1990. This is going to be Batman issue 447, and it's the final part of our three-part NKV Demon saga from 1990. It is fantastic. It's brought to us by Marv Wolfman, Jim Aparo, and Mike DeCarlo. Now, at the very end of the last episode, we kind of had KG Beast Redux, where the NKV demon is sort of suspending Batman over, a railing, and Batman is going to seemingly plummet to his death. Another great opening page here from Jim Aparo. More excellent coloring here from Adrian Roy as well. So these issues, I must say, just have some of the finest Jim Aparo art that's out there. He's just so considered. He's kind of got a little bit of the modern update. You can see shades of Bane already in the kind of like build and the get up of the NKV demon, but we're not quite at the sort of zenith of that look yet. And his Batman is pretty lithe. One of my favorite bats is Kelly Jones and Sam Keith, but they kind of draw a very different Batman. Jim Aparo's Batman reminds me of the more lithe sort of Spider-Man build rather than the ripped prime of Malibu fame, or the older Conan. By older, I don't mean older in the terms of when the issues came out. I mean in the terms of Conan's age. But I digress. Here we are, the NKV demon. It's Bruce Wayne, Batman in Moscow, and we are now chasing down this guy who thinks that the Soviet Union has betrayed the legacy of revolution. Batman is down for the count, but he manages to obviously escape, but he's got to keep up his Bruce Wayne persona. And one of the better things about this sort of era of Batman is Bruce Wayne isn't just a substrate upon which Batman exists. Bruce Wayne is kind of a character in his own right. And he also has those interactions, obviously, with the new Robin, Tim Drake, but also a kind of extended cast, a little bit of Alfred Pennyworth, there's Harold in the Batcave, and there's Vicky Vale. So it's not necessarily a love, it's a sort of on and off again relationship, but nonetheless, it sort of propels this other aspect of Bruce Wayne. And that's one of the things that you can miss out if you're just doing the Batman action set pieces. And so here he's beaten up. He hasn't had a nick of sleep, and he's just got to pretend that he's some sort of lousy playboy type guy for Vicky Vale. So this is always kind of the fun. The body language here is always good. Here is another great page. The coloring again, really good. Red for the Soviet Union sort of makes sense. The fact that it's an orange, or perhaps a tarnished red, kind of like illustrates where they're at in 1990, like the basically running on the fumes of former glories. And so we've got here the NKV demon and his shrine to Vladimir Lenin, and he's about to toss Mikhail Gorbachev's image onto the fire. So if that's not presaging anything, or like, the key to good writing is foreshadowing, we've missed our trick here. So Wolfman is laying down some things, and Aparo is kind of expertly conveying this stuff. I just like the fact that at home the NKV demon is also in full regalia. He's got his pouches, he's got his like over the shoulder thing with all of his bombs and his grenades and whatnot. Like, that's really, he's committing to the gimmick there. Again, great coloring here. So Bruce Wayne knows what's happening. He's kind of meeting Vicky Vale. They're out on this date. We can see this shadowy sort of figure in the submersive kind of under the river there, going into the center of Moscow, leaving behind these bombs that you can see in the corner there. And you can kind of see the penny is starting to drop for Batman. The penny isn't dropping for Vicky Vale. She's just always like sort of cranky that he keeps breaking all of these appointments. And that will become a kind of ongoing gag as we go further and further into the 90s Batman. Once again, fantastic, fantastic pacing, fantastic pages from Big Jim Aparo, just these countdowns going on, these great panels of Batman. They're all action. It gives the illusion of drawing a crowd, but not, it reads as a crowd. Just great action shots. It ratchets up the tension. We know that this is an ongoing series. Batman isn't going to die, but there might be some sort of cost. There might be some sort of stakes that's going on. Of course, Vicky Vale is probably going to be at this press conference as well. But we can see here, big Mikhail Gorbachev is giving his speech, and it's all been a ruse. These explosions are just basically sort of figurative. And now the NKV demon is gotten close to his target, and the symbolism of Gorbachev and the rest of the Politburo covered in blood shouldn't be lost on anyone, especially anyone who has a knowledge of history and some of the less than savory crimes of the former Soviet Union. Aparo is also good at choreographing his fights, and he has the left and the right and the smack and the sways really going down here, and you can kind of they're all pretty palpable, these Jim Aparo panels, and the blow up here is quite good as well. The facial expressions are good, lots of shadowing on Batman's costume here as well, which kind of makes the dynamism really pop out. Again, fantastic panel in the top left. Look at the body language. Look at the weight. Everyone has a heft in this world, and Batman is rocked. He's on the floor. He manages to get the NKV demon's gun out of his hand, and now we have turnaround, which is fair play. And so we've got Batman there poised. It looks like he's going to shoot the NKV demon, and of course we have Bat Gun Redux, which was the title of this episode, I think. And we've also got the NKV demon. He's about to let a grenade off with his teeth. So is everyone going to come out of this okay? Will Earth Day ever go on? Will Vicky Vale and Bruce Wayne patch it up? Well, we've got to tune in for the next few comic books. I won't end this with giving away what happens to the NKV demon, but he's one of my favorite villains. This series is one of my favorites. Like I said, this 3 issues is probably the first back issues I picked up. I think they're fantastic. Once again, hopefully soon we'll have Patrick back online. Like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoy this content. And remember, comics are for reading. Get out there, enjoy some old back issues, enjoy some new comics. We've got lots of coverage coming up, and we will see you again in a new episode.